My name's Dr. Donald Palmer. I'm a senior lecturer in immunology at the Royal Veterinary College, University of London. There's been various people. One in particular is my PhD supervisor, Professor Elizabeth Simpson, who was a real inspiration. One of the great things about Liz, I have to say, in terms of inspiration, and something that I've tried to adopt, is her inclusivity. So one of the amazing things was Liz at that time would, technicians would actually appear on her papers, which was something which was sort of not the norm back in those days. Equally, she got technicians to do PhDs, which again was sort of very different and not the norm. And the language she used is we. When she was talking about getting people involved in the work, it was always about we. And she taught me a lot about having an impact, always asking questions. If you're a scientist, you must be asking questions. A biologist, you normally think of, say, academics and so forth, and there are those. But there's actually some of the biologists from when I was at school, and okay, they may not be classified as biologists or scientists, but they were the real inspiration that got me interested into science in the first place. Mr. Irving was my school teacher. He may have been doing some odd science or odd chemistry lesson in the teaching lab, because he used to always wander off. And when they were those classrooms where there used to be technicians, I always wondered. But he really was an inspiration in terms of getting me interested into science from an early age. And so there are, I think, as you say, there are biologists, but he really sort of fired me up. And particularly, I went to an all-boys school, and more importantly, he tried to encourage me, because again, coming from an atypical background, my parents arrived in the 60s from the West Indies, and when I went to school in the 70s, Mr. Irving really wanted to do his best to help children from different backgrounds, and so he really encouraged kids to pursue their dreams. So he really was one.